Hello everybody, Speedfree 2010 here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Grand Theft Auto 5. So, ladies and gentlemen, in this video, to prepare for tomorrow's update of the Criminal Enterprise DLC, we're going to be doing the entire Perico heist in full. Mostly because in the Rockstar News Wire they mentioned a nerf, quote unquote nerf to the Perico heist, which I will go in detail as we start this thing up. So, if you enjoy this thing, please be sure to leave a like. Feel free to subscribe if you are new. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at Tasmanian94, and feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. I would love to respond to all of them. But anyway, with that out of the way, let's get this thing started. So, sit back, relax. You might want to grab a snack if you need to, because probably like my Need for Speed Heat vehicle videos, this is gonna be a long one. So, excuse me. So, with that being said, let's get down right into it. So it's about, what, July 25th today as I'm recording this. So, the new Criminal Enterprise update, is coming out tomorrow on July 26th with a whole bunch of new stuff. New cars, 2 new weapons, a bunch of quality of life updates, as well as buffs to all pretty much existing businesses, such as gun running, executive offices, not necessarily import-export, but nightclub. You basically get a big boost of everything, plus a whole bunch of quality of life updates. So, anyway, the reason why I'm doing this is, anyway, like I was saying, the main reason why I'm doing this is because tomorrow on the Rockstar News Wire, yesterday or day before yesterday, Rockstar News Wire implemented changes to the Perico heist as it is now. Because as of right now, since December of 2020 when it was first introduced, you could go through a heist solo or with friends, and after you complete it, you could wait about 10 minutes before trying it again on hard for a bit of an increased payout. The payouts of this nerf stay the same, it's just that now we have a longer cooldown. Basically how it works is this: if you play the Perico heist with at least 2 or 3 up to 4 people, like the original heist and the Doomsday heist all worked, and after you've completed it, you would have to wait 48 minutes, or the equivalent of 1 in-game day, in order to run it again. However, at the same time, while the Perico heist can be played solo, which is what I'm going to be doing today, as I just previously said, in that update, they also said that if you do it solo, instead of waiting 48 minutes for it to for the cooldown, just like all of the other heists will be getting, you have to wait 2.5 hours or 3 in-game days in order to play it again. Not only that, but the chances of a high value target such as the pink diamond, for example, will decrease. The chance of getting it will decrease for that specific period, which honestly just suits me fine, because we rarely get it anyway. You're more or less gonna get the Sensimito tequila, the bearer bonds, or the ruby necklace more often than not, rather than that. So I can see a lot of people typing in the comments, going in the comments, what I've seen on other YouTube videos such as GTA Men and the Gilly Masters and whatnot, saying that this is a big nerf, this is wrong and whatnot. For someone that plays GTA 5 solo a lot, I'm kind of sort of welcome to this change. Also, according to this other change, despite the payouts not being necessarily nerfed, but the value of the secondary targets, gold, cocaine, weed, art, and cash, not necessarily in that exact order, will go up. So while you have a less of a chance of getting the high value targets, you have more of a better chance of grabbing the second value targets, which are going to be worth more. So anyway, with that being said, we're gonna go all the way to fly to Cayo, Perico. So I'm gonna end this part right here, and I'll meet up with you guys when I get back on the island. And one last thing, hang on, I'm trying to remember. Okay, so as I just said, the nerf is gonna be for about 48 hours if you play with multiple people. If you play by yourself, you have to wait 2.5 hours. So I'm actually curious as to see how is this going to affect those that are going to try for the hard difficulty. I mostly play Cayo Perico at least once a day. Sometimes, depending on my mood, sometimes I would play it twice a day. And as you can currently see on the top right of your screen, that's all of the money that I have since amassed in my GTA Online career ever since I started back in October of 2013 when the game first came out. I've been playing this game for nearly 9 years, and I still love it to this day, even though it has its flaws, and Rockstar has made some questionable business practices with it as of late. I'm not going to say what, but they know what they are. But for those of you that know, you also know. For someone that's been playing Cayo Perico off and on since it came out, my whole thoughts on the matter of it getting well nerfed or balanced is basically what GTA meant said in his video, which you can watch by yourself by looking it up through YouTube, or if I remember to do it, I'll pin it in the comments section. Basically what he says is what I'm echoing right now. It needs to happen, because the way that Cayo Perico works, or should I say worked, was you played it once, you wait 10 minutes, you can go back and play it again, wait 10 minutes, play it again, over and over and over again. And then you wouldn't be able to be bothered to mess with anything else. Now, with the other businesses, I play Cayo Perico every now and again if I feel like it. But mostly I just do my gun running bunkers, my agency contracts, payphone hits, as well as sometimes the auto shop, So those are my three main ways of playing the game in other stuff. I'll go into more details about the new stuff that's coming out in the trailer, not the trailer, the DLC when it drops tomorrow. But right now, I'm gonna focus on helping those that are new to Cayo Perico get the best method on how you can do it solo.
Why can't you assholes be on time for once, eh? Arms out, let's go. Okay, wait over there. They will bring it soon. Go on.
As soon as you go beyond the airstrip, you must be careful. If guards get a good look at you while you're in the restricted area, they will know something is not right. Safest thing is to stay out of sight.
Okay, now that you're on the airstrip, there's two places you can go. You can go in between the hangar right here, or you could go right here to look for secondary loot. This is more or less your best option. Not the best option, but one of the first things you should do when looking for secondary loot. Once you get there, just simply pull out your Snapmatic and take a picture. Take a picture of what's inside. Cash is this right here is cash. Cash is the least worth it, but it's still something that's worth sort of stealing.
Hard cash, always welcome. I will mark
And
location.
keep in mind, it is always randomized every time you play. So you might get cash in one spot, you might get cash in something else in another spot. So it's always best to look around. And we got cash here. Again. Okay. So there's that one. And up here, there's another one. There's another thing where you can go up here. So go around here, climb up this ladder, and make your way to this part. Again, you don't have to take pictures of everything, but it helps. Now that you've pretty much gotten the cache, you've pretty much taken photos of the secondary targets of what's over here on the airstrip. See if you can find a motorcycle, like should be right over here by the entrance to Cayo Perico, and then follow the route that I'm taking. So basically what you want to do is follow the route I'm taking. Try to keep the and you want to try to keep the motorcycle as well as you can. If you get caught and go back, don't worry. There's a Jeep or Vapid Winky that you can use, and you can try to take it back. But notice that once you get to a certain part, you're gonna have to traverse on foot. Ow. Okay, so right on here is where you can where you need to sort of time it right. So best is to try to hide here and then wait until something passes by. Sometimes a guard will spawn. A guard will spawn at the gate, and you will walk right here. So right around here, a guard has spawned, and he'll walk right up here to where you need to go get past the gate. Also, if here, this is the guard on the tower, so you need to watch his movements. The camera you really don't need to worry about. It's more or less the guard that should spawn here, as well as the guard on the tower. So like I said, you have to time this thing right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait till he gets far enough away, and then we're gonna make our way towards the gate. And also, you have to also watch out for this tower guard as well as here, because after we get to this part, we're going to make our way over here to this location right here, and then possibly if it's not there, what I'm looking for isn't there, we're gonna go right across the way. Okay, so if you manage to test this thing right, you should be able to drive through here like this, but you need to be really quick and just simply drive through here. If you can, try to sneak past this guard, floor it, and make your way over here. Right over here is one of 3 locations for the cutting powder. If it's not here, and it normally spawns over here. Cutting powder is something that will give you a bit of extra time on the finale. Basically what it does is it makes the guard's reaction time a bit slower, much slower. So basically it gives you an extra second or two to line up your shot if you have to kill him. So now that we've pretty much gotten up here, since we checked out that spot for the cutting powder, we should be able to find it over here. If not, and there it is, the cutting powder. This is the second location where we'll spawn at.
Aha! I wondered if we would find this. This compound is part of processing here, but we can put it to use. You dose the water supply with this, the guards will have a lot on their minds. And a lot in their pants, huh? Very useful.
So as Papa just said, it'll weaken the guards, giving you a bit of extra time to shoot them. So so even though we've gotten the cutting powder, I'm gonna show you the the other location of where it'll spawn at. Those were just the two locations. So that was one location. That's where we just came from. Was the other location.
They may have moved the signal box this time. Could be up on the tower. Could be ground floor.
Okay, so one tip I just found out from another YouTuber. I can't remember his name. I think it was TGG, I believe. Is over here. And once you have the communication tower, if you see a guard, like on my screen right here, then the communications bot is going to be somewhere on the tower. Maybe up on the top of this ladder, or maybe at the very top. You'll have to look around. If it isn't, if the guard does not spawn where it is right now, where he is currently located, then he's going to be somewhere on the ground floor. So find the communications tower, hack into it. Find the communications tower, hack into it, and then I'll show you the next step. And then we'll move on to the next step. Again, for those of you that missed it, if a guard spawns in this area, it's going to be on the tower somewhere. If it's not, it's going to be on ground floor. Simply match it. After that, just simply match. All you got to do is just simply match it up to the targets. Try different combos. But hurry up before the battery. You have to do it before the battery comes out. Yeah. Remember, you gotta try different combos. So let's try this. There you go. It's pretty easy to do, but sometimes it can take you a bit. But it's more or less really easy.
The app is on your phone. Let us do some window shopping, yes?
You pull up your phone, you can go to the Sightseer app right now. But we're gonna wait off on that, because you don't necessarily need to do it right away. So let's make our way down to the water tower. Let's go make our way down to another water tower and contaminate the water supply, as well as look for some secondary loot if it's there at all. My bad. So make our way down off the ladder. Ladder past this guard. Find our bike. Find your bike if you've kept it. If not, you're gonna have to make your way down here. So you guys see that water tower in the distance? This is where the So this is where the second tower is located. Wait. No. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so around here is where the water tower is located, as well as the third and final possible spawn point of the cutting powder. So the cutting powder is going to spawn either here, around here, or here. And keep this in mind. It's going to be randomized every time you play Cayo Perico. So every time you make it past that gate, you have to look if you plan on getting it, which is something I would definitely recommend. So we're gonna make our way down towards that red water tower right up there that's lit up, and then we're gonna contaminate the water supply. Drive slow. If you have a bike, drive slow. Always drive slow. That way you don't have to get hurt and get knocked off of a tree. Basically, what I just said just now can also apply to the finale if you decide to go for the main dock extraction or something. As always, you're gonna have to wait for a guard to pass, or if you're quick enough, you should be able to get past him. Ow. get this far. Okay, right over here, this building right here. Right here is where the others, right there is the last cutting powder spawn location that I just showed you. And right over here is the water tower. If you have the cutting powder, just simply make your way over to here. If you've been following, just keep up the Cayo, cutting powder. Words are escaping me today. So yeah, so basically, if you have cutting powder, I would suggest you always look for the cutting powder and contaminate the water supply. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, that's the phone. Apologies, trying to do this in one take.
Perfect. This will take a long time to fully leave this system. The guards will not be able to shoot straight for weeks, huh?
You definitely don't need it. Okay, now where's my bike? Where's the bike? Oh, there. Here it is. Okay, right around here is also where you can find another loot, another place for secondary loot. So once you make your way over here, you need to be real careful. So I'm going to try to. Again, you don't have to activate Sightseer right now. You technically don't. So I know. So I'm going to wait until this guy makes a move before I go. Right on here is another loot. It's another secondary loot stash. And it's more cash. Wait, no, that's not what I wanted to do.
Let's have a look in the...
That's not what I wanted to do. So again, like I said, just take photos of everything that you see. And just send it to Papa.
Location noted.
Where's that bike? Where is it? I know I parked it somewhere. Where is it? Oh, here it is. There's also another secondary loot spot right over here. Wait for him to pass and then make your way over here. Huh. Okay, so I've got... Huh. So now you got... this. Coca-Cola. Yes, I know it is. Yes, Coca-Cola.
Okay, easy to steal, easy to sell. Marked on the planning screen now.
If you're a solo player, that's the best one that you want to get. Once you're really done scoping out what you want, simply get caught by the cameras or one of the guards. Once you get caught, you'll be immediately spawned back at the airstrip.
Remember, you are not celebrity this time. You are smuggler. Smuggler is disposable if caught in wrong place too many times.
Basically, after you've done scoping out all the secondary targets and whatnot, then you can go scoping out for the primary target. After you've done everything that I've just shown. And as always, just check everything. Just go right. Just keep going right. Now, let's see what we got. Oh, ruby necklace.
Display case. Such a necklace. I do not even recognize some of these gems. Countries have gone to war for less than this. A perfect justification for our next visit. Gold. I see. I have made a note on the planning board. Getting through the case will be a
Gold
challenge.
is the most
Use
valuable,
the rope tool and
but
destroy what
it
is
is also
inside.
the
I will
heaviest.
do some research.
Painting's also
Fine
sort
art.
of
Excellent for
valuable,
money laundering.
but it's the
I
second
will mark
weakest.
location.
You can only carry 2 of those.
Remember, you are not a pack mule. There is only so much you can carry. You want more? Bring friends. Okay, position locked.
If you're solo, you really don't have to do any of this. But if you bring along a friend, it's worth scoping out all the storage spots on the compound. I just do this just cause to mark out just in case I bring somebody along. But more or less, I don't normally do this. And normally there are YouTubers saying that there's a glitch where you can get gold by yourself. I'm not here to promote that. I absolutely do not promote those kinds of glitches. Besides, I don't even know how to do them anyway. It's probably gonna get those glitches are probably gonna get patched anyway.
Noting location.
Alright, now with all that done, you can finally stop Intel and go back to Cayo Perico, Los Santos, and start the Cayo Perico in earnest. This is what we're gonna do right now. Alright, time to start the planning board. Now, when it comes to the prep missions, you can do any one of these in order. You can go for pretty much all the approach vehicles, although you really only need 1. You need at least 3 out of the 4 equipment. You need 1 weapon loadout, and the disruption is optional. So in total, you need 1, 3, and 4. So technically 5. So you can go in any order you wish. You can go for pretty much all of these, although the best one, if you want to go for the fastest route, aka the meta route, it's the long fin. It's going to be the long fin. In terms of equipment, you're going to need the plasma cutter, the fingerprint cloner, or the key codes if it's something in the vault such as the bearer bonds, as well as the cutting torch for the grate, as well as getting to the chains. The demolition charges really aren't necessary unless you plan on going in loud and aggressive. Other than that, they're totally worthless. Weapon loadout, you can just go with whatever you want. However, if you plan on going with stealth, best to go for suppressors and always buy suppressors. You can go with anyone you want, although the best one is the conspirator loadout, seen here. military rifle, the 50 caliber pistol, knuckle duster, brass knuckles, and the sticky bombs. Now the disruption is actually something that you don't have to do, but it is something that I am going to do just to show off. Again, these are optional. You can do the heist without it, but I'm going to do it anyway, because this is something that I'm normally used to doing. And yeah, so this one's arguably, in my opinion, the most difficult. The arms dealers. I wouldn't say the most difficult, just kind of more frustrating. Allow Pablo to explain.
We take our chance to get ahead of Mr. Rubio. He has 3 major arms dealers here in San Andreas. We take them down, we give the island guards a limp before we had even started. We have one chance and this is it. Good luck.
Yeah, so the guards on Cayo Perico are going to be armed with military rifles, for the most part, as well as body armor and air support. If you want to make your chances a bit higher and make it a bit easier, you can just do the disruption parts like I just said. However, when it comes to the arms dealer missions, if you have a Sparrow or Buzzard or any air vehicle that has missiles attached to it, with lock-on or not, missiles are not available to be used lock-on, so you're gonna have to aim pretty carefully, or you could just do what I'm doing right now, or you could do just what I'm doing right about now. Save yourself some time. Not necessarily time, but it's best to have RPG ammo as well as armor, especially when you get to one of the other two.
That's one headache you will be happy not to have, yes?
Now, if you get this one, there's going to be one up in Polito Forest, and one over here in Sandy Shores Airfield. More often than not, pretty much 9 times out of 10, the one over here in Sandy Shores Airfield is going to have ballistic armor. So basically, you're going to be fighting a juggernaut. So it's best to line up your shots carefully and make sure you hit him. Once he's down, it takes at least 3 RPGs in order to kill this particular one. Once that's down, go for the last one.
One more supply
I say this.
You take out all of them, guards will be left with nothing but pea shooters.
I say that this part was practically the most frustrating, because normally if you don't know what you're doing, and sometimes if you try to take them out with the Sparrow, you can get lucky, but from my own personal experience, I personally like to just get out and hit them with the RPG, because more often than not, you're gonna get shot down and you're gonna get killed. So it takes a bit longer than normal. It doesn't take, like, for me, I have died to that thing a lot of times, more times than I can count. In fact, I've actually lost count how many times I've done it, but it does happen. I know a lot of you out there are good, but trust me, it will happen. Now all that's left is to take out the last one. As long as you take out all 3 of them, you should be gold. So now that you're over here, you can either do two things. You can either snipe them from afar, or you could hit the barrage with RPGs. I'm gonna try to go for the former right here. So what you want to do is hit the two individuals in the barrage. And that's it. It's one disruption mission down. Got two more left. Alright, disruption mission number 2. Body armor.
And you have a tan too, no? Now do business. Come over to the screen and I will give you the tour.
Again, disruption missions, you don't have to do it. But it's just optional. It's just something I like to do that I'm just showing off for those that may want to do it and want to know what it looks like. Also, there's something I forgot to mention when I started this at the beginning. In order to start Cayo Perico, you need to buy a submarine. They start at $2.2 million by itself, but they can add up to be about $9 million with everything on it. My personal suggestion, if you have at least $5.5 million, I would say use it to buy the sub as well as the Sparrow helicopter that I've been using. It's gonna set you back about $4 million with the Sparrow, but I say $5 million. That way you'll have enough for the submarine, the Sparrow, as well as money for the Sparrow's upgrades, such as the missile system. That way you'll have some money left over. So I'd say about $4 to $5.5 million just to be on the safe side. Anyway, that's enough. Let's get down to the armor. I'm gonna mute my mic so you can easily just watch what I'm doing. Just follow what I'm doing. Feel free to follow along and use my guide if you so wish. There are better guides, but yeah, feel free to use mine if you want.
Such as this, we must learn to take the chances we get. Today is just such a chance. A shipment of body armor for Mr.
Alright, now that there's 2 disruption missions down, time to do the last one. The air support. Unlike the other 2, this disruption mission will actually let you actually enable your lock-on missiles. So, yeah, allow me to demonstrate.
On Mr. Rubio's defenses. He has squadron of new attack helicopters on order. If these arrive, they will be very difficult for us. If we destroy them now, we take away important advantage from the enemy. But we only get one attempt at this. Let's make it a good one. Captain, I have something that may be of use to you here. Location of strategic bomber aircraft. It will be guarded, but if you can get it, you will destroy these helicopters, no problem.
One thing you need to note about this is even if you don't need the other plane that Pablo sourced for you. You have another Sparrow, a Buzzard, or Hydra jump jet. As long as you have an air car that can an air vehicle that can attack, you should be able to do this no problem. In fact, with a Hydra or a laser, you should be able to do this in really the less time that it takes me to complete with just using the Sparrow. Yeah, but anyway, I just finished talking about the Perico nerf. Basically, my thoughts on it is this: someone that plays it solo, I'm welcome to it because it balances out and gives me another chance to do other things. But at the same time, I still think the 2.5 hour delay for solo is a bit too harsh in my opinion. But so yeah, that's my whole thoughts on the whole Perico nerf thing. Perico nerfing situation. Another tip: if you're doing the disruption missions, it's best to try to fly in a circle. Like, find one on the map and then try to fly in that direction. Again, you can hit them in any order you want, but I personally like to try to fly in a circle, more like in a circular pattern, more or less. Part 1 has now been completed of my Cayo Perico Heist full play. Please view Part 2 to continue. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.